Hi, Nikki Jays. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but thank you for your comment or your question. You may have addressed this. Sorry for asking if you have. However, how long have you been in trauma therapy? If you have, are you still in it? Asking for a friend. So, no, I've not been in like trauma therapy, meaning traditional trauma therapy, meaning a speaking to or receiving counseling from a trauma informed psychiatrist or psychologist. That I have never done. I've never experienced. However, I have independently been through a lot of trauma therapy, um, self self prescribed, let's just say that, self prescribed. I learned a lot about trauma informed therapy, still learning actually, but I did take psychology as a minor. And in my quest to bolster my knowledge to help other people and also understand my experience, my own experience, and how not just how my mental, my psychological state has been impacted by the trauma that I experienced, but also that mind, body, spirit connection and how trauma affects victims on many different levels. So I do a lot of studying on that. I read a lot of books. I've taken courses from different specialists in the field, and I've learned a lot, of course, also through my own experience. Interestingly enough, innately, I applied a lot of things. For instance, writing about my trauma. I applied it naturally because I just realized in doing it through the creative process, I learned and I experienced relief and healing. And lo and behold, 10 years after I was doing it already, now it's actually a form of trauma therapy that therapists, counselors, psychologists, and psychiatrists prescribe to trauma victims and survivors. So, this journey has been extremely interesting. Thank you so much for your question because this is something that I have always wanted to speak on. And I do when I get a chance, but not really in depth. As far as therapy, though, in general, I do have a therapist now. I've had a therapist for maybe about